Oaxaca, here where we are, is the must-see place. If you're only going to experience the Day of the Dead festival once, you got to do it in Oaxaca.
Hello to all the guys from over there.
This is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. We were taking our bus to our next stop, and there's a large parade, which basically we can't get through, so we figured we might as well get out and join in.
So here we are, we finally made it to Oaxaca. Coming down here for Day of the Dead was the entire reason we actually booked this vacation. We actually decided we wanted to do this trip years ago after we had done a trip to Romania for a tour called Halloween in Transylvania. Sadly, I do not have any videos from that vacation, but I did write a blog post about it over on my website. I'm thinking these themed trips may become somewhat of a thing for us, as we're also talking about now doing a Krampus festival in Austria. Oaxaca's chocolate is actually very well known, so here we're actually just watching some of it be made. If I'm being honest, I wasn't a huge fan of it. It was very dry and bitter. However, the hot chocolate they make with it is freaking incredible. But anyways, on to the Day of the Dead. We all agreed that we definitely wanted to get our faces painted down here, but the face painting that you see during Day of the Dead isn't just meant to be face paint. It does have a symbolic meaning.
Hello to all the guys from over there.
And all of the skulls that you see painted are meant to be a representation of life, death, and the rebirth. We've arrived back down in Oaxaca for the first, I believe the first parade of Day of the Dead. So I knew that there were parades and just festivities going on for the Day of the Dead down here, but I did not realize that it was just parade after parade after party after parade after party and parade and even more parties all the way through the day and night for multiple days. So I'm pretty sure everybody knows at least some about Day of the Dead or Dia de los Muertos. Oaxaca, here where we are, is pretty much the center point, the must-see place. If you're only going to experience the Day of the Dead festival once, you got to do it in Oaxaca. This is considered to be probably one of the most traditional celebrations of it, and it is the entire city. The entire city is just taken over with these festivities. Now, it is technically on November 1st and November 2nd. However, the parades, all that, do start on the 31st or later in the evening on the 31st. But what Day of the Dead really just boils down to is paying respects to your lost family and loved ones. And down here, they do it in a much more happy and festive way than what I think most Western civilizations are used to. And honestly, I think this is a better way of doing it. They're celebrating the good memories, the funny things that stick with you over the years. You're going to see marigold flowers absolutely everywhere here. Some of them are made up into very elaborate, I want to call them paintings, but they're made with flowers, so I don't really know what you would call that. And they just line the streets in parts, and it's absolutely beautiful. And you'll see altars all around to the loved ones. They're called ofrendas here, which are their way of offering some of their loved ones' favorite foods, beverages, things like that. And this is also going on in the graveyards, where you are free to visit and walk around and see how it is all done. And people have tables set up, are eating dinner on the graves of their family members, and it's just not something you are ever experience in other Western societies. As absolutely incredible and fun as the Day of the Dead festivities are, it is not the only reason we came down to Oaxaca. I'm going to save the ruins for another video, but here we're now heading to see the Tule Tree.
I have seen some big trees before, but this is incredible. Over 2,000 years old, so the oldest living organism I've ever seen. This tree is absolutely amazing. We saw one in the Amazon, which was one of the largest trees in the world, one of the largest of its kind that actually had like other bushes and trees growing out of it. But this is so crazy.
Though it isn't as tall as, say, the redwoods are, its actual diameter is massive. The circumference is almost 140 feet, making the diameter almost 50 feet.
This is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen.
Also, while visiting the Tule Tree, we stopped and we did a short little cooking class. And we also visited a place where they make pottery down here. And I absolutely loved this pottery. It's all a nice, shiny, metallic black color. And I definitely got a couple pieces for myself.
Oh my gosh.
She's trying to find it. You can like hear. Oh God,
You guys are so nasty. You guys are really nasty. God.
and that cop pulled me aside. You know, if you know you have cops coming over to your house, you really should hide your weed. What are you talking about? You found 2 bags of weed on your dresser. Like, huh? There should be 2.
I love today. I really did.